Constance, says Hermione, what I'm about to ask is a bit awkward, so I'm just going to come out with it. Are you working with the Unforgivable? Yo! Hermione again. Harry, tell me the truth. Have you been feeding information to the Unforgivable, either willingly or via the Imperious Curse? She is going after everybody. I did suspect you might be the mole. That's why I put Veritas serum in your tea when you weren't looking. I'm not proud of it, but it had to be served. After all, you had access to all the leaked intelligence, and some of your comments did raise red flags. I hope you understand. Good gracious, Hermione ain't playing. Let's go. Well, I haven't even been able to uncover the identity of their mole yet. I haven't exhausted my list of possible suspects yet, so I'll still have hopes this will work. Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today we got another vlog for you guys, playing through the Unforgivable Truth Relevant Part 2. And this is a big one because the mole within the Statute of Secrecy task force planted by the Unforgivable will be revealed in this video during this event. And I'm very excited. So yes, we're going to go through the task. Yes, we're going to go through the task. Yes, we're going to try and get the restricted books and the titles and the badges and all of that. But the most important thing will be getting the dialogue done in this video and figuring out who the mole is and what's going on. So that being the case, let's see how it starts. So we got Hermione. I don't know why I didn't think of creating a surge together sooner. With our combined efforts, it was much easier to fend off the Unforgivable's attempt to still control the surge between waves. Harry, the Unforgivable must have realized that we know how to use the Calamity to restore Ron's memories. Should we be worried about that, though? Perhaps, says Hermione, though I am more concerned that they've realized I'm using Veritas serum to attempt to expose their informant. Harry continues, perhaps there is a mole in the ministry after all. We have plenty of circumstantial evidence, yes, but no definitive proof. Hermione, no, someone close to us has definitely been leaking our plans to the Unforgivable. The only question is, have I yet to interview the culprit? Or have they managed to resist the Veritas serum effects? So, yo, it's about to be popping. We're going to play through this event, have some fun. We might stay in the car most of the time because it is hot. We'll see what happens. But, yo, without further ado, let's dive right on into this event. All right. So, yo, we have flown through the first task, which is what I like to see. Because, again, we're trying to get to the storyline. So now for task number 2, turn 3 self-playing harp foundables, use master notes on 5 potions, and collect 6 brilliant Unforgivable Truth Rune Stone. So we have just now completed the second task, again making good time. What held us up was the brilliant event runestone collections, because I accidentally went into the registry at the beginning. So nonetheless, we're good. Now task number 3, return 12 brilliant Philosopher's Stone foundables, perform 15 great spellcasts, and defeat 15 foes in wizarding challenges. I have been trying to find the Philosopher's Stone for almost an hour. I need one more. Look, one more. Finally, just got the Philosopher's Stone. Let's go, man, finally. So all of that is complete. We're going to be moving on. Yes. To task number 4. Let's go. Give me the restricted books. On task number 4, we have place 5 brilliant event, Unforgivable Truth Family Foundables. Earn 7,500 Wizarding XP from Wizarding Challenges and collect 15 mysterious note pieces. Alright, I'm gonna go grocery shopping and wait. We'll go grocery shopping and wait. Come back out here, go to Town Point, wait till it gets cooler, and then that's what we're gonna do. One of our agents found this piece of a note attached to the wing of a broken winged key foundable. Thought you'd want to take a look at it. I do, but first I want to apologize to you again. I was so frustrated with the Unforgivable always being one step ahead and so engrossed in rooting out the mole that I started looking at you as a suspect rather than a friend. So this seems to be Constance not being the mole, apparently. I don't regret doing what's necessary to expose the Unforgivable. I do regret hurting you in the process. You've always devoted yourself to combating the calamity and the Unforgivable. I shouldn't have distrusted you. Yes, you should have. Constance, I'm sorry too. I took your suspicion personally rather than recognizing that you were just being diligent. That's just one thing I don't understand. Why didn't you modify my memories like you did the others? Aren't I a liability that way? No, Constance, you're an ally. One I trust and want by my side. I'm just sorry I didn't recognize that earlier. Alright, so we just got our 5th note piece, so we should get dialogue now. Here we go. Constance, we don't have enough pieces yet to make out the entire note, but take a look at this. It certainly looks like it says memories, doesn't it? Yes, and this part is definitely talking about Ron. You don't think the Unforgivable might try to take Ron's recovered memories back, do you? Not if I have anything to do with it, says Hermione. And that's it. Alright, so that's the second part. So we got 10 more note pieces to get. So once we get to 10, we'll get another piece of dialogue. So let's do it. Alright, and we just received our 10th. Yes, our 10th note piece. So we should get dialogue. Here we go. Constance again. The note is all over the place. It jumps from philosophical musings on memory and identity to haughty declarations that their mission is noble to threats against us should we get in the way. The author certainly fashions themselves an intellectual, don't they? But underneath the doublespeak, their brutish message is clear. Stop interfering or end up like Ron. They followed through on all their other threats so far, so we can't afford to simply ignore it. But we also can't simply let them continue to endanger the world. Blast it. They love putting us in these no-win situations, don't they? Yes, they do, says Hermione. They certainly do. Almost as much as they love to rig these twisted games of theirs so that the moment we sit down to play, we've already lost. This time, however, will be different. This time, I'll be setting the rules. Hermione. Let's go. That just might be the single most brilliant thing I've heard in my life. Yo, let's go. Alright, so no dialogue once we receive the 15th and the final note piece. So what we're going to do is start placing the images. Let's go down here and let's start with the smaller fragment first, the night piece. Alright, Hermione, remember this, Ron? When you sacrificed yourself to the White Queen in the chessboard chamber, I was terrified she attacked you so hard. It's nothing compared to what I finally remembering Harry went through in that final underground chamber. Your sacrifice was and continues to be one of the bravest acts I'd ever seen. Oh, Hermione. You might not think so highly of me if you knew what my first thought after I woke up was. I recall wondering if my injury would get me out of class for the rest of the term. The brilliant, unforgivable truth. We got the trapped door. Well, whoa, Myra. Well, if it isn't Hermione, word around the office is that you have a way of getting people to open up. Oh, shoot. What are you suggesting, Myra? You're clearly a better conversationalist and listener than I gave you credit for. Want to take a quick lunch? I had a dream last night involving a giant niffler that I'd love to get your thoughts on. Sage! Thank you for the butterbeer, Hermione. Taste a wee bit off, but I'm not so daft as to turn my nose up at a free drink on a warm summer's day. Aye, but do you mind if we skip the pleasantries and get to the point of this meeting? I'd like to study a philosopher's stone foundable before the surge is out. The calamity may be an international statute of secrecy nightmare, but it's been quite a boon for my magical artifact study. Unfortunately, not everyone has such scholarly intentions. The Unforgivable have made it abundantly clear that they intend to use the calamity for their dark purposes. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Only that they are all you and Harry talk about anymore, even outside of work. It's the Unforgivable this or the Unforgivable that. I admire your devotion to your work, but you two need to seriously consider finding yourself a hobby. So apparently, Sage is not either. So Myra, is it Myra's not then? Harry, Harry's talking to Ron. Ron, have you been able to recall any additional memories of our first year since the second surge began? Enough to question how we made it through the year in one piece. Battling a mountain troll, sneaking past a giant three-headed dog, making an enemy of Voldemort, who I'm told is one of the most dangerous dark wizards of all time. I'm godsmacked. The fact that we were by each other's side through most of it probably has something to do with it. Me, you, and Hermione have always made a great team. All right. Here we go. Miss Granger, what is Can whatever you come to discuss wait? I'm rather busy. She put the Veritasium in there, I think. No, says Hermione, I'm afraid it can't. In fact, I'd say this talk is long overdue. Gareth, you're the mole who's been leaking all plans to Unforgivable, aren't you? What? Don't be ridiculous. I'm no mole. I'm one of the Unforgivable's most respected members. Harry did theorize that if he was able to manipulate the calamity, someone else could too. What if this isn't Grim we're dealing with? Which leads us to Gareth. The fact that he's an unspeakable and does those type of things like obliviating, the senior unspeakable, possibly, could be the one controlling it. Gareth again. If this is what I think it is, you have a right to be nervous. Years ago, I stumbled upon information regarding an ancient cult of dark wizards and witches that used masks like this one. Legends claim they were capable of transferring knowledge and power from generation to generation. Gareth, prior to Penelope's appearance, I would have agreed with you, but Grim was desperate to find her, and desperate drives people to do things they'd never be capable of otherwise. When my wife, Aquila, died, I worried a lot about how Sirius, my daughter, would cope. I didn't know you had a daughter. You've never mentioned her before. Yo. Hermione, I've had another glimpse at the Unforgivable's memories. In it, I'm approached by a cloaked wizard. He tells me he knows I'm looking for a cure for my daughter's blood malediction and that he can help me find one if I offer my services to his group. I ask how he knows about my daughter, but he just grins. That is when I realize that he's a legilimens. He neither confirms nor denies my accusation. Instead, he merely repeats his offer to join him. Without any hesitation, I accept. I'm no mole. I'm one of the Unforgivable's most respected members. I'm not a mole. What I'm saying, you put truth potion in my tea, didn't you? But how? I know they took my eyes off my cup. I assumed a guarded wizard like you wouldn't. That's why I put it in your milk instead. Now it's my turn to get some answers. It stopped! Are you serious? Wait! Wait! Wait, that's it? That's it? That's it? Are you serious? Are you serious? The one time alright, yo, that's it. That's the dialogue. That's it. Goodbye, everybody. What in the world? Gareth is with the Unforgivable, but he's not the mole. So I feel like there's a technicality there. We also seem to have cleared Constance's name based on the early dialogue. So the thing is, why? How it always comes back to why they needed Grimm in the first place. Because if Gareth is one of the higher-ups for the Unforgivable and was a mentor for Grimm, who ended up making the calamity, then there was a reason for it. We found out that Gareth had a daughter, and during this past adversaries event, I believe during the Norwegian Ridgeback adversaries event, the dream that Harry was having seemed to be centered around a daughter. His daughter is the key as to why he joined the Unforgivable and his intentions with the calamity. That being said, that might be just his intentions. What is the group, the Unforgivable's overall intentions? And how can we combat it?